Hey, what's up, guys? rayBar checking in. Wanted to do a portfolio update Monday. If you don't know about my channel already, I post weekly updates every Monday and Friday. I do kind of portfolio updates, positions I'm buying, as well as some educational videos on how to set up certain option strategies. Take this time now to go ahead and smash that like button, comment down below on what you're wanting to see and how you're enjoying the content so far. As you see here, the portfolio is up about 1% this morning. Across the board, you're kind of seeing like a sea of green as opposed to last Friday when everything was dipping. One of the positions that I like to highlight today is going to be Microsoft. So Microsoft, at the current moment, I am buying about $5 a day through the Robinhood recurring investments function. I had started this position, I guess, earlier this year, but the history that I have with Microsoft is I've been buying since it was around the $80 to $90 range. Overall, kind of, I shouldn't have to explain what Microsoft is, but basically, Microsoft is one of the leading tech companies that they kind of operate in multiple spaces, operating systems, video games through their Xbox platform, personal computing. They do cloud computing, second largest, only behind Amazon AWS. They also do productivity software like Power BI, certain AI functions. They are, I think, the majority owner in ChatGPT, actually. And then finally, they kind of cap off a lot of their stuff with social media through LinkedIn. The things that I like about Microsoft is they are a great growth and income play. I feel like, if you look at their dividend right now, they pay about 68 cents per quarter, which tallies up to be about $2.72 annually. And it may not seem like a lot, but if you look at their compound annual growth rate, not only have they been paying an increasing dividend for the last 20 years, but their 3-year compound annual growth rate on the dividend has been around 8 to 9%. And then their 5-year compound annual growth rate has been around 9.7 to 10%, right? And the thing that I like about Microsoft's dividend is it's pretty healthy too, right? So at the current moment, I think their payout ratio is hovering right around 25% of their profits, which is honestly a very healthy payout, and it gives a ton of room for this stock to continuously increase that dividend. And if you think about it from this perspective, in your job, even over the last couple of years with record high inflation, what are you averaging? 3, maybe 4, potentially 5% increase in your salary? Well, if you think about it, your dividend portfolio that you're building out in stocks like Microsoft, they are increasing those dividends, which is essentially like you getting an annual raise, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10%, sometimes as high as 15, 16%, depending on the stock. And, you're not going to get those types of raises in your career, right? Unless you get promotions or consistently job hopping. Another thing that I like to point out is, Microsoft continues to grow, not only with the multiple segments they have, but here, they're in a kind of deal to purchase Activision Blizzard, which basically is in the video game space, kind of the larger brands that you can think of when it comes to Activision Blizzard would be like Call of Duty, Spyro the Dragon, and kind of other games like that for their consoles. And then from a PC perspective, World of Warcraft, StarCraft, etc. So, I think that Microsoft is a wonderful buy into the future. And I think that, it'll be one of those stocks that you'll look back in 20 or 30 years and, be glad that you ended up buying starting and buying a position in this stock. It's one of my largest holdings in my mainstay portfolios over at Merrill Lynch and Ally Invest, as well as the largest position in my Roth IRA that I have housed with my financial advisor. So that was just a kind of quick talk about Microsoft and why I think you should be buying it. With that Activision Blizzard deal, right now, they're kind of going in through some legal struggles with within the United States, Britain and Europe in general. But recently, if you saw that last article, they have gotten approval from the European Union for the deal to go through. Now they're just dealing with like I said, regulators in the United States and then the UK. I feel like they're ultimately probably going to win approval in the United States, and then it kind of builds a case for them to say that the British regulators kind of have a unpopular opinion, and it'll likely sway. If you look at these things, it's basically the war of attrition, right? Microsoft has billions and billions of dollars, and ultimately through litigation, they will likely end up winning and might have to make some concessions as it relates to the rights they have with some of those popular titles that I mentioned earlier. But I think that ultimately this deal will get closed in the near future. Finally, I'll go back. Kenvue is starting to kind of take off. Again, I'm trying to build that position to about 100 shares. I think in the long run, the dividend growth potential as well as the price appreciation for this stock is going to be fantastic. And it'll be another one where you look back and realize, like, you made a wonderful decision in purchasing that stock. Last week, I talked about buying Republic First Bank as, people mistaked it for First Republic Bank. If you see here, my position's around 50% gain. It only comes out to be about $35. But if you think about it, if you have small wins like this consistently, what a lot of people don't realize is they're looking for that home run, right? That Tesla from 15 years ago, or that Meta from 20 years ago, right? But at the end of the day, if you just hit consistent doubles and singles, your portfolio will manage to grow, right? And then you can start to build positions in more mainstay securities like JP Morgan, Archer Daniels Midland, Apple, Microsoft, etc. I'm going to go ahead and close out the video now. I got a couple of dividends today, but I'll probably show you guys that in like a recap, maybe on like dividends I got paid in the quarter. Stay tuned for some more informational videos that I'm going to be posting. I kind of came into a little bit of money over the weekend. So I'll probably, once I have that into my bank account, I will inject it into the portfolio to do a lesson on a cash secured put. And what I was looking at is looking at stocks to do that with. I'll likely do it with Palantir. I think this company, they're about to enter into profitability consistently, in my opinion. And there's a lot of benefits that they can bring to the corporate. I think that their products are very sticky once they're inside your environment, with the customization to data information that they bring to companies as well as governments, right? Overall, it's sitting around like $9-10. And I was looking at kind of the options here, and they have pretty decent premiums for puts. So I think the stock is going to continue to go up. So, here you can get about $52, $97, $146, depending on what position you want to open. So I think that will kind of be one of the videos to come in the near future. Hope you guys have a successful day in trading. Again, please subscribe to the channel, show as much support as you can. I've been growing fairly decently over the last couple weeks. I've been about 1 month on YouTube, and I'm excited about the future. See you guys on Friday.